This is Top Accolade Global News Update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. Myanmar's military has admitted carrying out an air attack on a community hall in the central Sangin region that reportedly killed at least 50 people, including women and school children, performing dances. Zhao Mingtun, a spokesman for the military, confirmed the raid late on Tuesday, saying security forces attacked an opening ceremony for an office of an alleged militia group opposed to their rule in Pazegi village. Witnesses told local media the attack took place early on Tuesday morning, with fighter jets dropping bombs on the community hall. Helicopter gunships followed shortly after, shooting at survivors at the scene and hampering rescue efforts. Ko Hang, a resident of Pazegi, who arrived at the scene shortly after the attack, said he was petrified by the sight of bodies spreading on the ground. Motorbikes were burning and the house was also completely destroyed by the bombardment. People were crying as they were looking for their relatives, he said. Ko Hang told the Irrawaddy news site that he lost relatives in the attack and that he had to take cover under a concrete bridge where the Mi-35 helicopters appeared in the skies and started shooting at the people on the ground. Some media reports put the toll at more than 100. If confirmed, the attack on Pazegi would be the deadliest in the country since the military toppled Aung San Suu Kyi's elected government in a coup in February 2021. Serbia, the only country in Europe that has refused to sanction Russia for its invasion of Ukraine, agreed to supply arms to Kiev or has sent them already, according to a classified Pentagon document. The document, a summary of European government responses to Ukraine's request for military training and letter aid or weapons, was among dozens of classified documents posted online in recent weeks in what could be the most serious leak of US secrets in years. Entitled Europe Response to Ongoing Russia-Ukraine Conflict, the document in chart form lists the assessed positions of 38 European governments in response to Ukraine's request for military assistance. The chart showed that Serbia declined to provide training to Ukrainian forces but had committed to sending letter aid or had supplied it already. It also said Serbia had the political will and military ability to provide weapons to Ukraine in the future. The document is marked secret and non-foreign, prohibiting its distribution to foreign intelligence services and militaries. It is dated March 2nd and embossed with the seal of the Office of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Serbian President Alexander Vucic's office and the Ukrainian embassy did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The Pentagon also did not immediately respond to pressmen questions about the document's reference to Serbia and has previously declined to comment on any of the leaked documents. South Korea has reached an agreement to lend the United States 500,000 rounds of 155mm artillery shells that could give Washington greater flexibility to supply Ukraine with ammunition, a South Korean newspaper reported on Wednesday. The DongA Ilbo newspaper cited unidentified government sources as saying South Korea decided to, in quote, lend the ammunition instead of selling to minimize the possibility of South Korean shells being used in the Ukraine conflict. President Yoon Suk-yeol has said a South Korean law that forbids supplying weapons to countries engaged in conflict makes it difficult to send arms to Ukraine. The newspaper said the shells will be used primarily by the United States to fill its stockpile, having bought 100,000 such shells last year. The US government had asked to buy the same amount or more in February, but the South Korean government sought another way to supply the ammunition. Both Seoul and Washington have confirmed they were negotiating an artillery supply deal, but there has been no official word or whether an agreement was finalized. The newspaper said the agreement was reached last month. Comments by French President Emmanuel Macron on Taiwan are puzzling, a senior Taiwanese politician said, wondering whether France's founding ideals of liberty, equality and fraternity are now out of fashion. Macron, in comments in an interview on a trip to China that was meant to showcase European unity on China policy, cautioned against being drawn into a crisis over Taiwan, driven by an American reading and a Chinese overreaction. He also called for the European Union to reduce its dependence on the United States and to become a third pole in world affairs alongside Washington and Beijing. Taiwan Parliament Speaker Yu Si-kun, writing on Facebook late Tuesday above a screen grab of a report about Macron's comments on Taiwan, questioned the French commitment to freedom. China has been staging military exercises around Taiwan since Saturday after Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen returned from a trip to the United States where she met US House of Representatives Speaker Kevin McCarthy. France, like most countries, has no formal diplomatic relations with Chinese-claimed Taiwan but maintains a de facto embassy in Taipei and has joined other US allies in underscoring the need for peace in the Taiwan Strait. US President Joe Biden will meet British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and Northern Irish political leaders in Belfast on Wednesday, kicking off a 3-day Irish tour with a speech to mark the 25th anniversary of Northern Ireland's 1998 peace deal. Biden, who is fiercely proud of his Irish heritage, will spend just over half a day in the UK region before travelling south to the Irish Republic for 2.5 days of speeches and meetings with officials and distant relatives. The brief Belfast stop comes against the backdrop of the latest political stalemate in which the devolved power-sharing government, a key part of the 1998 peace deal, has not met for more than a year due to a row about post-Brexit trade arrangement. Speaking to reporters before leaving Washington, Biden said his priority was to help, in quote, keep the peace as Northern Ireland marks the anniversary of the 1998 Good Friday Agreement that largely ended 30 years of bloodshed between mainly Catholic opponents and mainly Protestant supporters of British rule. He also said he would seek to make sure the recent Windsor Framework deal between the European Union and Britain to ease post-Brexit trade barriers between Northern Ireland and the rest of the United Kingdom remained in place. That is the size of top accurate global news updates. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy midweek.